All right, everyone, welcome back to Breakpoint Breakdown. Last day of the French Open. It's all over. Day 15. My word, what a match that was.
Dude.
It was the match of the century. I
Uh,
have no words for it. It's just a classic match, two gladiators going at it. World number one, world number two, 5 hours, 29 minutes, and Alcaraz, by some of the slightest margins, prevails in a classic.
yeah, dude. I mean, for the whole strategy breakdown, I'll get into that soon. But bro, this is aside from Djokovic, Alcaraz 2023, and Nadal, like you said,
Nadal
Nadal,
Medvedev.
Medvedev
Yeah.
22, and maybe Sinner Medvedev 24 as well, because it's kind of a comeback as well. But dude,
Yeah, it was a bit of a comeback.
this is one of the best. Like in my opinion, it's one of the best Grand Slam finals of all time in terms of level. Dude, especially Alcaraz in that fifth set tiebreaker. I've never seen a higher level of a player in my entire life of watching
Yeah.
tennis. I've never seen a player like
Crazy level from him in that tiebreak. And
yeah,
that last point just encapsulated the
the
entire
whole
match.
whole rivalry and whole match. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Sinner plays a point perfectly. Rips a backhand cross. Alcaraz gets it back, barely on his knees. Sinner hits a perfect volley cross. Alcaraz passes for the win. You
Yeah.
can't make it up, dude. It's a perfect narrative.
There were so many points in that match where it was just like, how did Alcaraz get there? Like, I thought the point was over, and
Dude, yeah.
Alcaraz just gets there and he extends the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, dude. I mean, specifically for the tactic part of the match, both of them were serving first serves terribly. Like their percentage, I'm pretty sure it was calculated. Sinner was in the 30 range and Alcaraz was in the 40 range from set one
Okay.
to set five in total.
Okay.
That just goes to show
Yes.
you how specifically their nerves affected them, I feel like. And we got a lot of longer points because of that with all the second serves being played. But dude, specifically, like I said before in our last preview of the final, with Sinner, it's more of a dagger type of aspect with his backhand and forehand. Whether you have Alcaraz with a huge mace for his forehand and a little shield for his backhand errors were actually really bad for Alcaraz, dude. There's little to no net clearance on his backhand even after he fixed it, which is why I also feel like if he had more net clearance and a higher backhand with more spin, he would be a much better player. Along with, dude, he was forcing so many forehand to forehand rallies the whole match. Sometimes he would just be hitting his backhand down the line the whole rally to try to get Sinner to go forehand to forehand with him because dude, his cross court forehand this entire match and his inside out forehand too. His inside out forehand was good, but his cross court forehand the whole match was insane. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
he was killing Sinner. And on top of that, his drop shot actually didn't start working until the fifth
Oh
set.
yeah,
Funny
the
enough.
drop shot, and the commentators were talking about it too. Uh his drop shot was not great at all.
Yeah, it was
During
not
the
great.
first three, honestly, first four sets, probably it was,
Yeah,
fifth
in
set
the
was
first
probably
four,
good.
it was not great. Come the fifth set, everything's tying up, right? It's just fate, bro. It's crazy.
All right. So yeah, you're right. The nerves were to be expected. And it was clear in the first, it was a bit like Rome. They were missing returns all over the
Yeah,
place. The first game where Sinner was serving took like 13 minutes. It was back and forth.
yeah,
That went from do Sinner save break points, finally got the hold.
yeah,
Such a long first set.
yeah.
And yeah, there were a lot of errors in the beginning, and the first serve percentage was not great for both.
It was terrible.
Sinner, I think, ended the first set in like the 50s range. I think he was 56 or 57. Wasn't great. Uh, but yeah, what else do you want to add?
Dude, I wanna emphasize for all of you that were watching and listening the level that Alcaraz played in that fifth set tiebreak. The dude, he won 8 points straight. It was 2-3,
Yeah, I
then it was
think he
two
went up.
five,
Oh, he went
then
up 7-0.
yeah, then 2-8,
Yeah,
and something like that. I'm dude, to emphasize for some of you guys that will never weren't able to watch it live or weren't able to watch it at all. That is the highest level of tennis I've seen in forever. And I've watched all the big three matches, everything, like you can't make up the clutch level this dude has. Not to mention the triple championship point in the fourth set. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah,
yeah.
the
We're gonna
fourth. Set.
yeah.
Not to mention that. Dude, Sinner let his nerves get to him in that fourth set when he was triple
Championship
championship
point.
point. Yeah, he had a backhand for the first point, misses the backhand wide. Second point, return, misses it wide again on his backhand as well. And then third, they were rallying and he just misses the forehand into the net. I mean, you can't make it up. It's not a Sinner type of miss. A Sinner type of miss is right past the baseline, not straight into the net. I mean, it was nerves clouding his vision, plus Alcaraz just playing with his like instinct, bro. Like I've never seen a player more confident in a situation like that than Alcaraz, and in that tiebreak again. To emphasize that, I've never seen a tennis level like that in my entire life. Out of watching all these pros, I've never seen somebody play like that before against somebody with the level of Sinner's level. So it's unreal, man.
Let's go set by set. Let's start with the first set. Alcaraz actually broke early in the first set. He broke in the fifth game, led 3-2. Sinner responded immediately, broke right back. And I think the only difference that was in the first set was the fact that Sinner was serving first and he was able to get up 5-4 and then put the pressure on Alcaraz, broke 6-4. Alcaraz did have he didn't have a medical time, but at 4-5, he had something in his eye or something, and he had
Yeah, it was
the
play.
trainer come out.
It was
But
play. Yeah.
that wasn't. I don't think that was an issue at all.
No.
I think it did affect him a little bit though. Sinner starts the second set immediately with a break. He goes up 3-0. He's up 5-2, and all of a sudden at 5-3, gets a little bit nervous. Crowd gets a little bit into it. Alcaraz all of a sudden gets back. It's 5-all. They get to a tiebreak, and you think, ooh, like Alcaraz, who needs this more? Because at the time, remember, Alcaraz, this is his first ever comeback from 2 sets to love down. He had never come back from 2 sets to love down before. So you thought he's probably going to need this tiebreak. And then Sinner was just dominant in that tiebreak, 7-3. He finished it off.
Yeah.
And then he broke early in the third at 1-0. And that was, I feel like that was a big turning point in the match. He had game point as well, 40-30, and he missed a forehand just wide. And it got to deuce. Crowd started getting into Alcaraz got a break point. He broke back, and in my opinion, I felt like Sinner let Alcaraz back in. He should have held right there, but he let Alcaraz back in, and all of a sudden the momentum shifted, and Alcaraz went up 4-1. Sinner did break back at 5-3, but then Alcaraz broke again at 5-4 to take the set 6-4. So then fourth set comes by, and it was probably, they were both pretty dominant on serve until 3-all, but both were serving well. 3-all comes around. Sinner pounces. He breaks 4-3. Tension starts to rise. Everyone is feeling it. All the fans, they're all feeling it. It's 4-3. Sinner holds 5-3. And it's getting closer to the death. And Alcaraz, honestly, he starts off the game terribly, makes errors, double faults, down left 30 to bring up the triple championship point. And then you already went through the championship points.
Yeah.
The first championship point, I don't think Sinner, he didn't really have a chance. They weren't in a rally, but Alcaraz did hit a really good forehand to pull Sinner on the stretch. Although I will say Sinner's running forehand is very, very good. It's probably the best in the game right now. And he missed it, and he doesn't usually miss running forehand.
Yeah, his running forehand on defense, when Alcaraz pulls him wide cross, he always flattens it out every single time. That was one thing I noticed in his pattern that was consistent. He always flattened out that forehand and tried to jam Alcaraz cross again. That was the one thing he was doing consistently the whole match.
And he didn't miss it by much. It was close. The first running forehand he missed. Yeah. Look, that second championship point, you can't miss the return. That's a bit of a problem. You can't miss the return.
Yeah.
He has to make that return. You have to make Alcaraz play there.
Yeah, you have
and to. And then the final championship point you mentioned, forehand in the net. Sinner just doesn't do that. You were right. It was nerves. He doesn't do that.
He doesn't do that. He misses a little bit past the baseline every single time. Yeah, dude. I mean,
yeah. So then Alcaraz, he holds there, and the crowd is really getting into it now. They all won a fifth set. Sinner's gonna serve for the championship 5-4. Doesn't play a bad game. It's just Alcaraz raising his level, and all of a sudden he breaks back. They get to a tiebreak. Sinner actually went up 2-0 in the tiebreak, and then Alcaraz 7-3 in the tiebreak was just too good, and they go to a fifth. And you just felt like it's advantage Alcaraz there.
Yeah, no, the momentum shifts for sure throughout the entire match. The shifts were insane. I mean, come the fifth set, Sinner was having problems with the blister on his foot late in the fourth, which I also feel like was kind of getting to his head. But after like the first game or two, Sinner was playing full energy, lights out. I mean, I genuinely thought he was gonna win when he was when him and Alcaraz were getting near to the end of the whole set. I thought wow, like Sinner's really gonna win this because like dude, like. It's just insane, dude. Like the way Alcaraz is able to maneuver out of this is just wild to me still.
Yeah. And good mental from Alcaraz as well, because he was up 5-3 in that fifth. He served for it. And then, by the way, was it Sinner at 15:30 when Alcaraz was serving for it. Alcaraz hit a drop shot, and Sinner hit a ridiculous drop shot back to bring
Yeah,
up break
yeah.
points.
It's like what Rafa does. Yeah, center.
Yeah,
Basically,
and
Alcaraz hit a
then
nice drop shot down the middle, and Sinner would hit a backhand drop shot, and Alcaraz just couldn't get to it.
yeah, and by the way, in our when we previewed it a couple of days ago when we previewed the final, we said physicality edge to Alcaraz, but Sinner did say that the physicality didn't get to him, and it,
Yeah, he
it didn't
didn't say
seem like
anything.
it got to him because
Yeah,
he broke back at 5-1 and it got to a tiebreak. And you said Sinner wasn't tired in that tiebreak. Alcaraz just went God mode, I guess, in that tiebreak.
ballistic, bro. Like
Yeah,
I've never seen a level of tennis like that against a player of Sinner's caliber, dude. It's insane, man. You can't make it up.
yeah,
Like, yeah, I mean,
yeah. And then Sinner did have a 15:30 in that final Alcaraz service game, but Alcaraz was just too good there. Don't
yeah,
think Sinner did anything wrong. Just a match for the ages.
hundred
And
percent. Best
Carlos
match of the
Alcaraz,
20s era for sure.
what'd you say?
Best match of the 20s era,
Yeah,
100%.
match of the decade for sure. I'd probably say it's this one, and then probably I guess Nadal Medvedev, and then at the Australian, and then Djokovic and Alcaraz in 23 at Wimbledon. But what a match! Carlos Alcaraz is the French Open champion. He's got 5 majors now.
Dude,
I mean,
yeah, that's crazy.
he's 22 years old and he's got 5 majors.
Yeah, that's he tied Rafa actually. Funny enough,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There was this stat. I think it was 22. What was it?
1 month,
22
like
years.
3 days of age.
I think it was like 22 years, 3 weeks, and 1 day.
Yeah, one. It was
Well, no, 22, 1 month, 3 days.
3 days. Yeah, 22 1 month, 3 days. Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is
So
crazy.
parallels with Rafa, uh, Sinner. Let's talk a little bit about him. Look, it's gonna be a big disappointment for him. I as a Sinner fan as well, I was disappointed. Uh, but it is what it is. I he
Yeah,
handled the loss very well though, right?
he was a very very gracious loser in his speech. I think mentally he'd be able to get over it for Wimbledon. Come
Yeah.
Wimbledon, if he and Alcaraz play in a final, for sure there's gonna be blood in the water. I feel like 100%. Um, yeah, I mean, it's very 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 gracious loser. I feel like him as a person, I think he's a very very good person. Same with Alcaraz. I think they both have a lot of
Yeah.
respect for each other, which is why he was a very gracious loser in this whole match. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I was thinking yesterday, will it affect him? But then I saw the way he reacted after the loss. And we've seen it. I mean, he won 2 majors with the whole doping cloud over his head. Remember, he didn't know if he was going to be banned or not. He won 2 majors with that. So that happened. And then you have this. I don't think it's going to affect him at all, actually. I think he'll be fine for Wimbledon. They're scheduled to play next week, Sinner and Alcaraz. Sinner is supposed to play in Halle. Alcaraz is supposed to play in Queens. Do you think they should play next week?
Honestly, I don't think they should play, but I think they should play a lot of practice sets because I feel like for Alcaraz, his game meshes onto grass pretty well. But with Yannick, I mean, I definitely feel like he should maybe play Halle. It's still 50-50 for me. For his mentality, go like after losing this final, I feel like it would be good if you took a rest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, yeah, but I could definitely see them practicing a lot if they're not playing these tournaments. I definitely see them playing a lot of practice sets with a bunch of other people that aren't playing as well.
Yeah, yeah. No, they'll definitely do that. I think they'll both be good for Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Even if they play or not, their games both translate well onto the grass. But let's also say we both predicted this correctly. This entire tournament we predicted correctly.
Yeah.
We said Alcaraz was going to win in 5. We had all 4 semifinalists, so we did really well.
They're really
See if
well.
we
Yeah.
can do the same for Wimbledon. That
Yeah,
would
hell
be
yeah, man.
Wimbledon's going to be tougher, but we'll
Well,
see what
it's really
happens
tough. Yeah,
there.
we'll see what ends up there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's kind of recap this tournament a little bit. Obviously, we would discuss what the match of the tournament but there's no doubt that it's Sinner
It's
and
not a
Alcaraz the
debate.
final.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a debate.
that was the match of the tournament. It's gonna be match of the year, match of the decade. Um, shot of the tournament. We agreed that it was the final point that just encapsulated
Their whole rivalry.
their entire rivalry.
Yeah. I mean, Sinner plays everything perfectly. Alcaraz hits a crazy pass. It's like Rafa and Federer in a way, dude. I mean, Federer plays the point perfectly. He's at the net, ready for everything, and then Rafa just hits him with the pass. I mean, you can't make this up, dude. It's perfect. History repeats itself, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane point from Alcaraz to finish it off. He's got 2 French Opens now. Story of the tournament. I thought it was Nadal's ceremony and all the big four
Yeah.
being there in the footprint. You agree with that?
Yeah, a lot of players were calling for that footprint as well for like their motivation, like that when they're
Yeah.
down in a match, things like that. Even Alcaraz called out to it as
Yeah,
well.
we saw him touch it or do something with it before the match against Sinner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is there anything else about this tournament that we want to talk about? Anything special? I mean, we had the whole Djokovic thing.
yeah. I mean,
Especially that at the ending of that Sinner match and the way he went out, it seemed like he's probably not gonna come back here again. Do you think he'll play Paris next year?
if his body lets him, he will. But if he can't compete at the level that Alcaraz and Sinner are playing now, he won't play. I honestly am playing now.
I honestly I don't think he should play Paris because we saw this with Federer too towards the end of his career. He skipped all the clay tournaments to keep his body going longer. I think that's what Djokovic should do.
Yeah, I think he should do that as well. His best chance is Wimbledon every single time.
Wimbledon. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Is that all we is there anything else we want to add for this tournament?
No, man, it's all we've had. I think Roland Garros was the best tournament this year by far, and I think it'll.
Yeah.
I think aside from Wimbledon, it'll probably be the best of the year if Wimbledon shows up. But yeah, thank you guys all for your support. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And
Oh
on
yeah, and
Instagram.
also this is our last episode for this tournament, and for I just want to say thank you to everybody that came and watched us. Obviously, we
Supported
just
us. Yeah.
started. This was we started 2 weeks ago. This was our first ever
Yeah.
tournament doing together. Thank you everyone who came to watch these videos. You guys are the real ones. You guys
Yeah.
are some of our first ever viewers. So thank you
Yeah,
you for
we
coming
really
and
support
watching
you
our
guys.
videos.
Yeah.
Make sure to spread our channel, and we will be back. We'll definitely be back for Wimbledon. We'll be doing what we did here. We'll be doing the drop preview and everything. We might come back through these next three weeks if there's any breaking news. Or we have Queens and Holly. We'll see if Sinner and Alcaraz play. Those are both stacked
For sure.
fields. But yeah.
All right. Follow us on Instagram, Breakpoint Breakdown 1, TikTok as well. We also have a Twitter for those of you that have Twitter, want to follow us there. But yeah, thank you guys so much. We will see you in the next one. Bye.